A mother waited until her daughter was asleep and buried her alive in a flower bin. Fortunately, the father discovered this in time and rushed his nearly suffocated daughter to the hospital, ultimately saving her life. When they returned home, the husband accused his wife of being unfit to be a mother. Yet this only intensified the mother's hatred toward her young daughter, and violent outbursts to vent her jealousy had already become commonplace. Amaya was only 8 years old, an age when she should have been at her most innocent and lively. Instead, she suffered unbearably at the hands of her psychologically disturbed mother. She watched her mother and sisters getting along harmoniously and couldn't understand why her mother targeted only her. When she approached her mother to seek approval, she was cruelly pushed away. Only her father comforted Amaya with tenderness and care. However, in the mother's eyes, this scene appeared as though the daughter was using her beauty to deliberately steal her husband's affection. Enraged, the woman grated her teeth and used the scissors to cut Amaya's hair chaotically. Even when the scissors cut her daughter's forehead, she showed no mercy. She was determined to strip this little enchantress of her radiance. Amaya, terrified, hid under the bed, but the woman pursued her relentlessly. She dragged her daughter out and slapped her hard several times. This was the first time Amaya cried out loudly, begging for mercy, and also the first time she fought back. She pushed her mother away and ran toward the door. Her resistance clearly infuriated the mother. She picked up a baseball bat and, in a frenzy, struck her daughter. Amaya was taken to the hospital covered in injuries, barely clinging to life. Even the doctor couldn't believe this was the work of a biological mother. The doctor advised that if the father couldn't prevent his wife's violence, it would be best to send the daughter away otherwise. Even if they managed to save her life each time, the child would be left with indelible childhood trauma. Although the father was reluctant to part with his daughter for her safety and well-being, he painfully sent her to live with an aunt in another town. 20 years later, Amaya became a police officer, fortunately without her mother's destructive influence all these years. Amaya grew up physically and mentally healthy. One day, Amaya returned to the hometown she had left more than 20 years ago. Recalling the childhood scenes of brutal abuse made her shudder as the terrifying shadows of her childhood resurfaced in her mind. She was forced to return because the police station had suddenly received a case. A bizarre murder had occurred in Amaya's old hometown.